Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Weather Plus. Time now for the Model Explainer segment, and we're going to start off with the upper levels of the atmosphere and see where our warm weather is going over the next couple of days. Now, we're going to start off with Saturday afternoon. We have a digging trough working through parts of the Great Lakes, and with that, another push of cool air coming in. But this time, we're going to see much more in the way of relief coming in from the heat and the humidity as we head into the second half of the weekend. But with this front coming in, it looks like on Saturday afternoon, lining up pretty close to around Indianapolis and then working its way up towards Lake Erie by the afternoon hours. Us here in west central Pennsylvania, it looks like showers and storms will be likely on Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening as that next push of cool air does make its way in through Canada and down into Pennsylvania. Now, by Sunday, we're not looking at quite as sharp as a trough heading into the lakes as what we had on Saturday. It's more of a very slight west-northwest flow heading its way into Pennsylvania. So we're not going to be looking at any kind of terribly cold weather, but just seasonably mild weather coming in for the second half of the weekend and also as we get into the early part of next week. In fact, as we get into Monday, the flow returning to more of a west-to-east type of a regime right across the Ohio Valley, making its way into Pennsylvania. So no big intrusions of cold air coming in from Canada and no big warm-ups coming in from the deep south. So temperatures will be moderate for this time of year, right around 75 or so for the highs, and nighttime lows nice and comfy getting down into the 50s. And we'll jump forward another 24 hours as we get into Tuesday. A little bit of ridging occurring across parts of the Mississippi Valley, and as that occurs, it will get kicked out towards the north and east, it looks like, later into the next part of next week. And as we get into Wednesday and especially Thursday, we could see a return of some heat and humidity across the Alleghenies, but for the most part, it's a nice quiet pattern through Wednesday. But again, as this ridging does build across the Mississippi Valley, it will push its way up towards Pennsylvania later next week.